So who's that?
This is me and my best buddies when I was growing up. The one to my right is Ben McLaughlin. He lived behind us up the hill. And to make him mad, I would stand on my back stoop and at the top of my lungs yell, "Ben, Ben, chicken pen, shot a rooster, killed a hen. Hen died, rooster cried. Ben, Ben, chicken pen." And he would get so mad. And this young fella is Charles Hayes. And he lived right next door to us, and my bedroom was on the same side of the house that his bedroom was on. And we took tin cans and put a string in the tin cans, and we would talk through those tin cans. We strung it all the way over to his window.
So is that on Sylvan?
On 507 Sylvan Road in LaGrange, Georgia.
And whose porch is that?
That's Ben's porch. His mother was the prettiest woman. Her name was Marguerite McLaughlin. But Ben, when we were all grown up, and he was like a year or so older than I was, so he got his driver's license, and he had this old jalopy and came by and picked me up to go to rides. So we went out in the country, and we were going down this two-rut road and Ben was flying as fast as he could fly. And this truck was coming toward us, and the truck got off of the rut road and pulled over on the grass because we were just flying down that road. And when I looked over to see who was in the truck, it was Ichi Foster, and that was the road to his fishing house. So when Ben drove me up in my driveway at home, Chief McClung was waiting on me because Ichi called Chief McClung, the police chief, and said that Ann Ferguson was riding with a maniac down my road, and his name is Ben McLaughlin. And so Chief McClung had called my daddy, and they were both waiting for us when we got there. I was too big to spank, I think, but I didn't get a spanking, and it must not have been too terrible because I don't remember other than everybody being mad at us.
Now, I haven't seen pictures of you at about this age. I thought that was me at
me.
first. Boy, you look like me.
It does look like you do.
Oh, wow. You look like a mischievous kid.
Oh, and I was. For me to be in a dress like that, I was total tomboy. See my circus cape?
That's a great cape.
Home of Cherry Odom, and she's right here. And when we were...
Which one's Cherry?
This is Cherry.
Okay.
And this is Gwendolyn, and she's my best ever friend. We still talk. This is Joyce Harris, and she's... I don't get to see her as much, but when I go to LaGrange to visit Gwen...
wow, I've never seen a picture of Gwen from
that
back then.
was... that's a very early picture of her. So we would get together, and depending on whose house we were in, and we would bake cookies, or our favorite thing to make was a cucumber sandwich, mayonnaise and cucumber, or just really a mayonnaise sandwich would do most of the time. But this particular time we were baking cookies, I believe.
Who took the picture?
I think that Cherry's mother did. And we just had the best of times. This is my friend Gwen. And she's the epitome of what a lady should be like. You know, when we were growing up, Emily Post, everybody talked about Emily Post because she knew everything about what you were to do. But Gwen still is that to this day. This is us on one of our together days.
So you and the girls?
Yeah. This is... Sandra, Carolyn, me, Gwen, and Paula. Now, Marcia, Leon, Dana are not in this picture.
Pick up that picture in the back with you and the other babe on the beach.
Oh,
in your short shorts.
There's our beach picture. Isn't that beautiful?
So who's in there?
That's Sandra Holmes.
So this
I
was...
do not know how I was able. I don't know if my parents knew because they would. I can't imagine them letting.
So where was this picture taken?
It's taken in Myrtle Beach.
And you were there with two boys, right?
I wasn't there with two boys. I was there with
No,
one.
the two
and
of you were...
Sandra was there with one boy. And
And you were how old?
I don't know.
I thought you told me 16.
I think it was 16 because I was so madly in love with John Clark, your daddy, also known as Quincy at the time. But and Sandra married Joe, and I married your daddy. And this was I don't know how we got to the beach, and I'm sure.
And you say no hanky panky.
No hanky panky with me and John.
Okay. There's a Bible in there that I could get you to swear on.
I'll swear on. Go get it. There were like 8 or 9 of us that just literally went to kindergarten and grew up together and played together as young girls. And we were in Brownie scouting. And we were in the cotillion. We came out together.
But coming out is something different back then as it was.
Quite
as it was.
Yeah. Nobody else
Today.
came out in the grave.
That would be a very interesting aspect of your childhood that I had never heard of before.
Well, that was some fun years. We would get up and meet somewhere at somebody's house and just take off for the day. We'd skate or we'd go biking. And we had
good,
skate
clean
pieces.
fun.
Good, clean fun. But nobody asked about where you were going. I doubt my mother ever knew where I was on a
And then next thing you know, the sheriff is coming to your door
Next
with
thing,
stories
yeah.
about you riding down the road with a
Teenage
maniac
girl.
boy. Tell me about the picture of you and your parents. Is that Johnny and you?
That's Johnny and me. This is my dad, of course. And that's me. That's a little baby girl there, and my brother, and my sweet mama.
How old would Gaga have been in that picture?
Oh, let's see. I think she was like 22 when Johnny was born, and he looks to be like maybe 3-ish or 4.
Wow.
Yeah, about 3, yeah, because he's 3 years older than me.
Okay.
And this was 1938 because I was born in 1938. So,
well, I thought it might have been early 39 because you look like you might be, a couple
September, October. Yeah, it might have been early 39. Yeah.
Wow.
But my mother had beautiful, rich auburn hair. It's just beautiful.
I like that picture of her. She's so happy in there.
She is.
Got the collar there in that picture.
Everybody wore them when I was in high school.
So it was plastic?
It was plastic. And I had a red one, a black one, and a white one.
It just on top of a regular
Yeah,
suit
you
neck
just
thing?
put it on tight, and everybody thought you had a collar on your sweater. This was high school honor students. Let it be known that I was in the honor student class. But see, she's got on one of those collars. She has one. Well, there's me.
But you didn't have the collar on that day.
No, I must have really dressed up. That's Janet, me, Joyce, Ann, Lorna. See, look at all those collars. And this was when we were nominated to, or sponsored by, to run for Sports Queen.
Sports Queen.
I think it was Sports Queen, yeah.
Now, it was a sport. I'm
13.
guessing that Sports Queen didn't actually play sports.
No, not necessarily. I don't know that any of us played sports.
So you were sponsored by LaGrange Hadassah.
Yes. We didn't even have to dance or sing, I think.
What do you mean?
that.
You just look pretty. That's all you need to be a sports queen.
Yeah, I think it was.
How was it connected to sports?
I think they just named it that because I don't know if anybody that was it. Now, she was a cheerleader.
Uh-huh.
But
Were you a cheerleader?
No. No, I wasn't a cheerleader, but I was the cutest. That was the senior superlative.
Oh, that you were voted cutest? Well, I have no doubt about that.
This is me on Senior Privilege Day. I don't
you are,
know where
you're
I
a little
am.
devil. You're poking a dude, and you're a little devil. That's about the most perfect photograph of you I've ever seen.
Isn't it? Oh, and here we all are out at the swimming pool at the country club. Look at me.
You were a good swimmer.
I was in the Southern Peach Meet when I was
Southern
11.
Peach Meet?
Mm-hmm. I won a medal. Well, I'm sitting on the low board, but you'd crawl up here and go on the high dive, and then I jump from the high dive to the low board and do a flip. I love swimming. And then
Ward.
Ward, he was my other love. That's at Callaway Gardens.
So,
and he loved me to death. I only hope that the way we feel about each other lasts throughout our lives. Well, it only lasted to the end of summer. He was a nice boy.